Whoa. Is that me?
Hey, what's up?
What are you doing, man?
I'm just chilling, working.
Wait a minute.
Working.
Are you my co-host tonight?
Yeah, you're stuck with me. Everybody else dipped out, so.
Oh, man. This is going to be one of the odd shows. Nah, just maybe a little bit. So, yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing good?
I'm holding up. Busy.
I know. We're close.
Getting ready for that big trip we're going to take.
Right? Waverly Hills.
Yes.
Yeah. We are a little over 10 days away, I think. It'll be a week from this Monday, coming Monday. We're going to be at Waverly Hills. That's going to be awesome, man. I cannot wait.
Dream come true.
I know, right? I still got something planned for you. Don't worry. It hasn't left my mind. Speaking of, oh, you should, dude. I'm just saying. So speaking of Waverly, if you guys tune in Monday and Tuesday night, we'll be going live from Waverly Hills, and there will be a live panel that will talk, kind of like, what's that word I'm looking for? Will talk to us, and if you guys ask questions.
Jeremy gave it a name. Let me see if I can find it again. A Waverly Parathon.
Waverly Parathon. So it should be interesting.
Yeah, a bunch of our hosts from the Paranormal United Network are going to be there.
Yep.
And Mama and Papa Pun are going to be there. So we got like a big crew. We're just going to go most of the night with lives.
And then Tuesday
night though is things. It won't be the Paranormal United Network. It'll still be shown on the Paranormal United Network, but it'll be Team Things.
And that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, because I'll be there, and some of the group, man, like Scott Smith and all them.
And Shadow Seekers will be with us.
Who?
Shadow Seekers will be with us.
Yes, that's right. They will be, won't they?
Yeah.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yeah, we're going to have a long couple days, but it's going to be amazing.
It is. It really is. And then tomorrow night, we have the 2020 Paranormal Awards Ceremony video. Will be released tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So that's pretty cool. I haven't seen any of the awards. I hope I get best chicken nugget eater in the world.
Howard's going to get best entity killer.
And let me see. And 2 weeks from tomorrow, which is what we're discussing tonight, is the Paranormal Relief Project. May 1st, I do believe that is.
Yep.
So, and with that being said, we have some very awesome guests. We have Jeremy York, Tory Smith, and Matt Warner. So let's bring them on.
He still found us.
I see you.
Hi.
And
hey, everybody. How you guys doing?
Hello. Good. How are you?
Doing good. Well, yeah, like Crystal said, welcome back.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure seeing you.
You as well.
Don't give her an ego.
Yeah.
My head gets big fast.
I have to deal with her every Wednesday. You cannot believe what happens behind the scenes.
Well, I was actually talking about you, Matt.
Oh, I said that. Well, disregard everything I said.
I love it.
I'm going to finish sharing, Scott.
Oh, okay.
Because we never mentioned the 13th dimension page.
And and that's kind of odd. You think for 4 people that host this show, one of us could show it on our own page, and we don't.
No, but it's there now. I just put it there. I didn't forget tonight.
I shared it out to my page, but for whatever reason, when I'm in the live stream, it won't let me share it out to my help desk page or the Paranormal Relief Project page. So.
This is actually cross streaming to that page.
Oh, it is good. Good.
So it's showing live on that page right now.
Awesome. Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that. See, I forget things.
That was just 5 minutes.
I do too.
I know. I forget things. Like it's
You got to remember, Jeremy. She's a nurse, so she works late nights. So this is probably early for her.
So she works all through the night.
I do. I'm a 7P to 7A kind of gal.
Yeah, that's too many hours for me.
Well, lots of this stuff. Lots of coffee. I think I'm immune to caffeine at this point.
Oh, probably just keeps you regular.
Yeah, I definitely know that feeling.
Yeah. I have quite the tolerance to like NyQuil and Benadryl trying to sleep during the day.
I bet.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's really hard.
Those days.
When it's like raining and stuff out, it's perfect, but it's not like that all the time. Thank God for like the day walkers. I mean,
yeah, I definitely don't miss those days. I used to work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and yeah.
I don't mind it.
Good.
I don't have to deal with administration, so I'm okay with it.
Exactly.
It's just me and my partner, and we just get shit done.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
For sure.
Get it done.
And I'm lucky. I work the 5:30 to 5:30 shift, but I work 7 days out of 2 weeks.
I hear you.
Are you done sharing, Mr. York?
I'm done sharing.
Okay.
I've already done my tagging and everything. I'm done.
Awesome.
Time to party.
It's party time.
Awesome. Speaking, so we have the Paranormal Relief Project, and it's amazing. Tory, I know we had you guys on last time, and you guys talked about it. And
yeah, that was back when it was in its infancy, actually. I believe
it was.
Yeah.
Like I think we were just talking about it at that point. Nothing was, if I'm remembering correctly. Of course, I have a problem remembering correctly. So
it was just before we released the tickets, I think.
Yeah, I think the ball had just started to roll.
Yeah. So a lot's happened since then. A lot.
2 weeks out, 2 weeks
We're
away
2 weeks
from
out.
this Saturday.
Yeah. Just think like a year ago we were talking about it.
That's
It came up
crazy.
quick.
It did. Because it started out with like, oh, like we got Halloween and the tickets going to be released, and then the tickets released and we're like, oh gosh, like it's coming fast. And then like talking to Matt and talking to Jeremy, and it's just like, okay, we got to do this, and we got to check tickets and look at this, and oh gosh, it's like cancel ad, and then yeah, so it's kind of been a mess. It's kind of been a mess,
So,
but we're making it.
But it's been fun, though.
It has been. I feel like it's gone really well for being year one. I feel like we've pulled it off quite nicely.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of I feel like there's been a lot of growth. There's been also a lot of changes, dealing with just things behind the scenes, and things don't always go the way we want them to go. And I don't think in life everything does. Like, you just gotta kind of take it as it comes. But I am happy to say that we got several sold out venues, so that's good. But we also have several venues that don't have hardly any people that signed up. So hopefully we can get those filled in 2 weeks. Fingers crossed.
I know that with us discussing it on our show and others discussing it has helped too. So final push, any sharing of it helped.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was looking through because I've made like papers for all of the places. I was looking through, and Wilson Castle actually got some more, Matt. I haven't sent you your list yet.
Pretty bad because I wanted an easy night, but that's good for the castle.
Yeah, you've gotten a few more. It's not been many more. It's either 2 or 4 more. So
I know I got 2 after last week's show because it was a friend of mine, a friend. But yeah, Wilson's going to be fun anyways because I'm bringing some more guest investigators like I did back in October, and it's just going to be kind of a free-for-all, learn from a bunch of different people's styles and enjoy yourself.
I love it. I think that's kind of like the best part of the whole thing is I'm hoping that a lot of the people that are signing up for the tickets, you know, the nurses and doctors and all of that, hopefully the people signing up, they've not done something like this before. If they have, that just makes it that much better. Hopefully they get to go to a bucket list place or
it makes it much easier if they have.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I think it's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be sitting at the manor.
And
so
Wilson Castle, man, that's a great name right there. Wilson Castle.
Why aren't you coming out? I know the guy running it. We can get you in.
I'll be.
Truth.
Dude, I would, man.
It'd be
awesome.
at Crown Point.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'll be representing.
Hopefully.
Anyway, so Tory,
go ahead.
Sorry. Go. No, you go.
No, I was looking at the comments. Go ahead.
So I know we've talked about the Paranormal Relief Project, and I'm curious, how did you end up coming up with the idea to do this whole shebang?
Well, it kind of started off as I've always been interested in the paranormal. I've had the paranormal help desk for probably 10 years, give or take a few, maybe 1 or 2. I've always been interested in the paranormal, but I'm also an ER nurse, so I've been doing this whole COVID thing, working through. I just see like healthcare and like even fire, EMS, police, everybody. And like just prior to that, we had all of those like riots and things were just crazy. And I just thought that it would be an amazing opportunity to just kind of relax and have a good time. And a lot of times people that are in healthcare or, like police and things like that, they often see death as it is. They never get the opportunity to see what it's like after death and have any of those experiences. So I just thought that I would open up an opportunity and show an appreciation for all of the people that work their butts off to keep us safe and healthy.
Those people that do that kind of work are the ones that usually miss out on all the fun stuff too, because they got to work the overnights and this and that. Mm-hmm. So it was a good excuse for them to take a night for themselves and be rewarded for doing what they do. Mm-hmm. That's why it's so easy for me. When you asked me, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, I've not done a damn thing. I feel very guilty. I've not really done much. I'm here for you, Tory, as always.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate being part of it. You know,
I've been in your messages quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah, I might be more moral support for you than anything else. But whatever, it's all something.
You help me solve problems too.
Fair enough.
Problem solving. So yeah, I wanted to take the opportunity to say thank you, and mental health is included in that. Mental health is such a huge part of our just general well-being. And then like who were we talking to, Matt, on our podcast, the guy from Australia,
Lee Phillips.
He was on there and he was talking about a lot of mental health things as well. And I mean, mental health is such a huge part of our well-being. So that's why they're included in this group. And mental health kind of goes back to everything. And I remember asking Lee on our podcast, however many Wednesdays ago that was, about like, do you think that mental health applies to the spiritual world? Because we just assume that they're just who they are. And it's like, do they have like mental health? Mm-hmm. Are they spiritually like if they had a mental health issue prior, do they have a mental health issue after? I remember having that conversation. So,
well, think about back when asylums and lobotomies and all these were huge. That was probably just mental health. It wasn't possession or any of this stuff. It was probably just like, oh, you know, little Timmy's just got, you know, some sort of autism. Let's just poke his brain out and just take it away.
Right.
It created all these weird spirits that are now carrying on in the afterlife, not knowing what they're doing. So mental health, if we had the awareness of mental health 100 years ago, a lot of these locations probably never would have existed because it would have been fair treatment.
Yeah. And then like you look at like big places like, I don't know, like Wildwood Sanitarium. I believe it was for, was it tuberculosis? I don't know. I'm not really sure. It was for health. Yeah. And then you have Waverly. You have, help me with some other sanitariums. I can't think of any right off the top of my head.
There's so many.
Like your big tuberculosis hospitals. Imagine being institutionalized in a place and you're completely cut off from everybody that you know and love. And you're there because you're sick. Nobody knows what's wrong with you, but nobody wants to be around you because they might get it. And I can relate to that. I can actually relate to that. When COVID first started, you didn't dare wear scrubs in a public place. You did not, because people would treat you. I'm not saying they would treat you poorly, and I get it, but they definitely didn't want to stand next to you in line, and they definitely didn't want to cross paths with you down the aisle. I mean, they quite literally looked at you like you were shedding virus as you walked. And I get it. Like, I get it. COVID is serious and it hurt a lot of people. It killed a lot of people. And I understand that. But like that aspect, I can understand being completely cut off from the people that you know and love. And you're just stuck in a place that you don't want to be at and that you have to be at because you don't have anywhere else to go. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely very, very scary at the beginning stages of it. The first 3 or 4 months, at least.
Mm-hmm. It was, and we're just now winding down. From like I got a text message from my work asking for nurses in Michigan because Michigan is going through another wave. So, yeah. So we're kind of winding down from the whole COVID thing, but I mean, it definitely took its toll. I mean, it's been a whole year, over a year. I think it was like March, wasn't it?
March. Yeah. It was. Yeah.
February, March, something like that. And it was crazy at how it kind of started because it's like we have this disease and the way that like the response to it, like one day I'm just sitting on my couch and we have like this disease going and I get a text message saying school's canceled for the rest of the year. It was like virtually unheard of. Yeah. You're like, wow. Like, and then you're like, man, this really must be bad. But, and it is, I mean, it is. So.
I was more jealous of my daughter.
What'd you say, Matt?
I was just more jealous of my daughter getting out of school because I had to do more service, you know? I didn't get that.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. My kids, they're still doing virtual. They'll finish it. They did the whole year all virtual.
My kids had an option.
That's crazy.
Yep.
My kids, we had an option to pick either virtual learning or in person, but we had to stick with one or the other. Mm-hmm. So, and then the way that they're doing it, mm-hmm. And if somebody tests positive, they're on quarantine. Now they're doing modified quarantine. So if someone in your class tests positive, then they're only with their class and they come in after class starts and they leave before it lets out so that they don't cross contaminate is the principle, I guess. But yeah.
Right. So
my daughter was out for 2 months. And then in May she went back in.
Dang. So Matt and Jeremy, now how did you guys come about in all this? How did you guys evolve?
Tory and I have just been Facebook friends. One of those random connections, and I didn't even know Tory, and she messaged me and asked me if I was interested in being a part of this project. She explained what it was, and it was a pretty straightforward yes from me because I like the cause and I like to be able to give back when I can, and it fit. So I said, yeah, absolutely, let me know. And she just kind of keeps me around. I don't do anything. I'm just there for looks or something here. And we're happy to promote it. So she knows why she asked me. I have no idea why she asked me, but I'm happy she did because I'm proud to be a part of it.
Well, I don't know. A lot of the people that I asked to help, a lot of it was an intuitive reason. That's the best I can say. And look at us now. Now we're cutting up every Wednesday.
Yeah, with that we are.
Hardy har har.
And I found a post made by Adrian on one of the other group pages. So I inquired about it, and she brought me up into the group chat that Tory had at the time, and a few people vouched for me, brought me in, and the rest is history.
Yeah, it all kind of worked out pretty good.
Jeremy, the truth for you is you're involved in everything in every paranormal realm. So you just hopped into it. That's the truth of it.
Well, the thing is, with this particular project, it was one of those rare instances that I really believed in the cause of it, and I really wanted to be a part of it. Because giving back in this way is just a phenomenal idea. So I definitely wanted to help her out any way that I could.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the journey's been amazing for me. It's been very, I've just come in contact with a lot of great people, and like the owners of these paranormal venues, they've been so generous and so kind, and I just can't thank them enough, honestly, because we wouldn't be what we are without them. And I mean, thank you to Jeremy and Matt for supporting me and helping me and all of that stuff, because I definitely couldn't do it without you guys, even though you guys feel like you don't do that much. But, you know, when I write my little maydays in the group chat, somebody responds. So
I guess I do respond to all of you. For those of you who don't know, when Tory gets on a roll in a group chat, it doesn't stop for about 3 hours.
Right.
You better, go to the bathroom before you answer, get a snack, get a drink, get ready, because you're going to be glued to that group chat for a long time.
Right.
That was my purpose. I guess that was my intuition. You needed that one person whose phone's glued to their hand, and you got it.
Right. And it's usually a whole lot of stuff at one time instead of feathering it out. It's just like, oh God, we got blah, 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 blah. And then Jeremy's like, I'm on it. And Matt's like, I'm on it. Let me see what I can do. I got to ask. And then, I'm a mess. I'll own it. I'll own it.
We all are.
Between the three of us, we work pretty well together.
I mean, they hear from me like once a month, once every couple of months, but it's usually a lot. It's a lot.
Well, it's all like, oh, God. 2 weeks. We've got this. It's all taken care of. It's going to be fine.
I know. It's going to be so fun. And then, like, the streaming portion of the project hasn't worked out the way that I've wanted it to. The original streaming person that we had, it just didn't work out. So now we're going to wing it. We're going to do what we do best, and we're going to wing it. So I'm hoping that the goal, with the help of Mr. Josh Hurd, because I've been in his messages too, that he's got stuff set up, because he's a co-host of G Crew and all of that stuff. So he's got StreamYard and he's got the accounts, and so I'm hoping that I can just share a StreamYard link, and then we're just gonna spread it out over like Facebook, YouTube, just however many places we can stream it. That's what we're going to try to do. And we're just going to send StreamYard links out to all of our venues, or our teams. It's actually our teams, not our venues, because we have different teams working with like Matt's with Wilson Castle. Warner Paranormal, I guess, is with Wilson Castle. And then Jeremy is doing Old Lake County Jail. So, like our teams are going to get these StreamYard links, and we're just going to hope it works out.
We should have like some sort of official hashtag that people can tag all their photos and evidence into, so that we can kind of compile it as a thing on the page afterwards.
Yeah, we should come up with one. Yeah.
Hashtag paranormal relief.
Hashtag paranormal relief project is way too much to type. Hashtag PRP.
I was just thinking that.
Hashtag PRP.
PRP 2021.
Yeah.
That works. Yeah, we'll come up with something simple that's not going to take someone an hour to type up. Because then we'll cover Instagram and Twitter and all these other places that people post their pictures to, and people will be able to search that hashtag and see what they missed out on for next year.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping, hopefully we're going to have a year 2, and hopefully it goes a little smoother, but we'll see.
I'm pretty sure we'll have a second year of this.
Yeah.
It sucks we want it, because that means the pandemic hasn't left, but
I'm ready for the pandemic to be done. That's for sure.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
In about 3 or 4 years, we can do one for all of us that got the vaccine that have lost limbs and shit.
Yeah. Females that are now males.
Yeah. All those people are supposedly sterile.
Yeah, they got. And then we have baby boom 2022.
Right.
COVID.
It's a coming.
I bet there's a lot of babies about to get. Yeah. I bet there's a lot of babies about to be born.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. People got bored. What can you say?
Well, we got to replace that 2.9 million somehow.
Right.
I'd say too soon, but it really isn't. So
I was sitting there thinking, I was like, well.
So what was the process for you guys getting these locations and teams to do this event?
I think that was the hard part. I think that was like the roughest part. My dog heard the dog on the, so now he's poking his nose up here. Sorry, that's Beans. But I think finding the venues was the hard part to me. It involved a lot of like sending messages, and Jeremy sent a lot of messages. We had a list going about who we contacted, who we didn't contact, who said maybe, who said yes. And there was quite the list going on for sure. Matt contacted people. It was just kind of like, basically we're all like sending all of these messages, hoping that we get, stop.
Well, how many would you say we sent to? About 150 altogether, maybe more?
Probably more. Yeah, there was a lot. We had, oh man, I had a list somewhere. I think I ended up throwing it away, but
we got.
There was a couple of days that was all I did that day, is send an email out to a lot of these places.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
We can get some crazy big places to donate their time, and that says something.
Yeah.
And with a year too, it's going to get bigger names because people are going to see how well it went and be like, "Okay, this is the real deal." And I mean, at the end of the day, like the place I was trying to get and lock down, it was a logistical thing. Hopefully next year I can get it for next year.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be an issue. But that place also is very small and can only do 10 people.
Right. Joe's question: do we have a public list of all the places and teams involved? Yes, you can go to www.facebook.com/the Paranormal Relief Project, and pinned at the top is a link to the Eventbrites of every. Actually, I might have changed that to the people that have tickets left. There's links to the Eventbrites so that you can sign up. And then if you sign up, make sure that you fill out a ticket for yourself, and make sure you fill out a ticket for your guest. because that's how we're going to match people. I've been having an issue with that, people not filling out a guest ticket, which in turn makes it overbooks the venue. So then it's like contacting the venue and figuring out if we can add more. And then it becomes, it's just, please fill out a guest ticket. It makes things a lot easier. And a lot of people wonder why, like, well, why do we have to put the occupation? It's because on there's a required question about if, like, what your job title is. That's going to tell me how you qualify. And keep in mind that when you put your job title on there, that you are required to bring a valid work photo ID with you. Otherwise, you're not going to be allowed into the venue. Because that is how we're going to prove that you are who you say you are. It just eliminates a lot of confusion. Now, it's important that you put your guest name on there so that we can match your name with your guest name, because your guest is likely not going to be a healthcare provider. And if they do not have a valid healthcare ID and they're not matched with your name, then they're not going to be permitted to be in the venue. So that is why we have to have you fill out, and you guys have to put each other's names so that we can match you guys together. Because if you guys come separately, we need to know who goes with who. So
I take cash bribes at Wilson.
I love it.
I'll take chicken nuggets at Old Lake County Sheriff's House. I'm just saying.
Chicken
nuggets. You can bribe me with nuggets. You can bribe me with nuggets.
Nuggets too.
Don't say that, because we're going to end up with 10 buckets of chicken nuggets over there.
I feel like you could bribe Matt more with pizza. Like,
just food, man.
just food.
Food in general.
You leave me a little plate of food and some, like, a beer, you do it the hell you want. I don't care.
You can bribe me with spicy chicken sandwiches.
Oh yeah, the Popeyes is my favorite. You bring a Popeyes spicy chicken, you have the run of the place.
Chick-fil-A is pretty darn tasty. I've never had the Popeyes. I don't eat spicy stuff, so I've never had the Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich, but I hear it's pretty bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So
I eat spicy stuff.
Yeah, I don't eat spicy stuff. I don't eat spicy stuff.
Yeah. P.S.
I mean, to me, sitting there eating something and sweating does not sound enjoyable to me.
Well, that's another level to eat. That's like hot, spicy, and then it's just like, ruin your next day hot. Like, you don't want that.
I do. I do.
Keep your toilet paper in the freezer hot.
Hot food. Good to know.
Actually, that's a good idea, Tory.
Keep your toilet paper in the freezer hot.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
We're at last night with Howard.
Some ideas for you.
Howard, we got some ideas.
Be wiping your butt with a snow cone. Because you got 3rd-degree burns now.
Sounds pleasant, actually.
That's actually a pretty decent idea. I never thought about that.
Yeah. Matt's like, I just do it just because.
I'm going to get a mini fridge for my bathroom now.
You go buy one of those like cosmetic refrigerators, like that they put makeup in, and put it in your bathroom for toilet paper.
Keep my moist towelettes at 40 degrees.
Right. I should probably do that.
This is why we're friends, Matt.
We've just derailed this show like we do our own every week.
Right.
That's a lot of the shows on the Paranormal United Network. A lot of them derail real quick.
It has to do. It has to do.
I love laughing. That's one of my favorites. We definitely do plenty of it.
It's the best medicine in the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, I love it.
So with teams that jumped in on this, was it hard to get them to become part of this?
No, it really wasn't. Most of your paranormal like teams, that they jump at the opportunity to be a part of something good, and they jump at the opportunity to teach, and they jump at the opportunity to investigate. So in the beginning, it was like, okay, well, we'll ask teams and then we'll see if there's a venue in their area. Then we went from like finding a venue to seeing if there was a team, and we found that it was much more productive to find a venue and then a team, because it was way easier that way, as opposed to being like, because we've had several teams come and be like, I want to be a part of this. I'd be like, okay, well, we'll try to find you a venue. But I mean, you know, venues, they got to make money too. That's how they keep their doors open. That's how they make repairs on their buildings. So, you know, they also have predetermined events that they have planned a year out. So, like Ashmore Estates, for example, they have, I think it was Ashmore. They have like a little give back type thing that they do every year, and it's similar to what we're doing. It's not the same, but it's similar, and that just happens to be the weekend that they're doing that. So, you know, it's just, I think it was Ashmore, either that or it's Ohio State Reformatory. I can't remember.
There's someone else that bid it.
Yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, it was easier to find teams by far than it was venues, for sure.
Are you still awake, Scott?
Yeah, I'm awake. No.
I'm like,
no, I was listening.
I was in there for a second.
Going through my head, and I was like, I was thinking of all these different places I would love to go. And she's talking about these teams, and I'm like, dude, yeah, like Ashmore and all that. I'm sorry. It's been one of those weeks.
I can run through the list here of.
Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely. That'd be awesome.
Tori, you got a question down here, though.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Courtney wants to know, how does someone who wants to help do so?
Well, right now, I think we're pretty much up to par. The main thing that people can do, yeah, that's the main thing, is getting the word out there and getting these tickets sold. I say sold, but they're free tickets. So, but sold is just like when you're trying to explain it to somebody that doesn't know what's going on, then it's a mess. So I just say sold, even though they're free tickets. And I'm not like on my StreamYard screen. I'm looking up the Facebook page here so that I can see. It's easier to read it off of the.
You're just playing words with friends. We know.
I mean, I could be. I'm sneaky.
I think as far as Courtney goes, the closest venue that we have to Long Island is the Silos in Buffalo, right?
Yeah, the Silos have not sold. And there is a picture of the Hinsdale House still on that Eventbrite because I haven't figured out how to change it yet, but I'm working on it.
Wilson might be.
Last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking like, what's the point? Okay, so I'm going to go through this list.
Dawn, there's a different amount of tickets left for each venue.
Yes. So I'll go through the tickets that are left. That's kind of what the tickets that are left are kind of like all that's left. So the other venues, we can go over those, but the ones that have tickets left, we have McIntyre Villa, which is in Atchison, Kansas. They have 4 tickets left. They were sold out at one point. We had some cancellations, so 4 more tickets opened up for that. The Silos, 20 tickets in that. They do not have any tickets sold at this point. So the Silos is 20 tickets left. We have Wildwood Sanitarium in Salamanca. It is 6 tickets left. That's in New York. We have the 1855 Harris Kearney House. That's in Kansas City, Missouri. And there's 2 tickets left for that one. We have the USS Salem, what's in Quincy, Massachusetts. There's 18 tickets left for that. We have Cabin on 360, which I'm very surprised about this one. There are 38 tickets left out of 40. So I'm very surprised that one has not sold out. It's it's a popular venue. I think they were on TV I'm not sure on that, but I think
Have these venues been sharing this out too? Because you'd think that if they were, they would fill them quick.
I know Cabin on 360 did. That's in Mechanicsville,
so
Virginia.
That
it is. This is another one that I'm very, very, very shocked that it's not sold out. We have Pennhurst. There is 6 tickets left for Pennhurst in Spring City, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
We have Root Hobart Hall, 2 tickets left on that one. Wilson Castle, it says there's 19 tickets left, but there's 2 or 4 that were sold, so roughly 15. Let's see. We have the Russ House, which is in Marianna, Florida. There's 2 tickets left for that one. The Haunted Chester 1914 Jail, there's 4 tickets left on that one, and that's in Chester, South Carolina. Then we have May Stringer House. That's in Brooksville, Florida. There's 7 tickets left for that one. And then the 1885 Brooksville Train Depot, that's also in Brooksville, Florida. There's 9 tickets left. And whoever signs up for either May Stringer or the Brooksville Train Depot, you will actually get to see both of those venues that night. They're a block away from each other. They have the same owners. So their plan was to walk people half of the night you'll spend at May Stringer, half of the night you'll spend at the Train Depot. So you'll actually get to see 2 venues for that.
That's awesome.
Old Southern Funeral Home. And I don't know how you say it. It's in Mississippi. Is it Kosciusko? Kosciusko.
Kosciusko.
There you go. There's that one. And the Old Itala County Jail, which is also, say it again, Jeremy.
Kosciusko.
Mississippi. Both of those have 12 tickets left.
Just 40 minutes from here.
Do what?
We have a jail that's 40 minutes from where I live that's got that same name.
Oh, really? Yeah. So that's in Mississippi. There's 12 tickets on each venue, and that's kind of the same deal, same owners. They're not very far away from each other. So when you take a ticket for either the funeral home or the jail, you do not have to sign up for both, just one. It's the same owners. You're going to see both venues all in the same night. So that's what we have left.
Plenty of options.
I didn't hear Old County Jail.
Is it not on there? Oh, hold on.
Sold out?
Hold on.
Yeah. Last time there was like 5 or 6 tickets left.
Okay. Yeah, Old Lake County Jail. I'll add that. I overlooked that. I'm sorry.
I was going to say that's my venue.
Yeah. So there are tickets left for that. There's 6, I think. You guys just sold a couple as well. So so there's a few tickets left for Old Lake County Jail. Yeah. So that's what we have left. Also, keep in mind that you can go to any venue that's participating in the Paranormal Relief Project. You do not have to go to the one that's closest to you. So if Pennhurst has been on your bucket list and you fit within the inclusion group, you can go to Pennhurst. You just have to pay your own travel and all of that. Like, we don't provide any of that, but you can go anywhere you want to go.
That's awesome.
So it's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and also adding to what Matt had written, we did try a lot of venues in the UK. We tried venues in New Zealand. I've spoke to a couple of people in Australia. COVID, unfortunately, shut a lot of that down because they're still on lockdown. A lot of those places are. So during the time that we were trying to round up venues and get that done, COVID kind of messed that up. So, because everybody was on lockdown.
I was actually surprised that we didn't get any in the Western states. I figured a lot of those would participate.
Yeah, all of us reached out to a lot of people on the West Coast. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get anybody. We did get a few in Texas, but they're sold out now, I think.
That's what Cindy was asking about, was Texas, but obviously those ones are all sold out. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're sold out.
Stupid Texas.
Yep, they sold out.
Think of that SpongeBob episode.
My dog's tearing up a sock. He's like running across the floor, shaking his head aggressively.
Well, at least it's a sock and not part of the floor.
True. He's done that too. He's kind of a turd.
Yeah. My cat keeps putting her claws into my leg. That's why I keep looking down. Like, dude, you better stop. Like, like we're gonna rumble here in a second.
Start
Right.
kicking the kitty around.
Tory, what were the locations in Texas?
Let me look. There's so many venues, so it takes me a minute to find what I'm looking for. It'd be easier for me to just go to Eventbrite because it's all listed out for me there.
Put you right in the hot seat. Put you right in the hot seat.
Right? Mm-hmm. Which it's impossible to recall every single piece of everything. So
I don't even want to think about how many sheets of paper that you got just on this thing alone.
Sydney, go to the Paranormal Relief Project Facebook page, click Eventbrite, and go through that way. You can find out what.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Let's see. It was. Did I say Old Lavaca County Jail on that list?
That's one of them, though, right? I remember that.
Yeah, I think that one's in Texas. So there's actually tickets left now because I forgot some people canceled.
Okay. There you go, Sydney.
Yes. Old Lavaca County Jail. I think they were one of the ones that was sold out at a point. That's in Hallettsville, Texas. And here, I can actually, I thought that was on there. While I'm doing a lot of this stuff, I have a lot of things going on. So, if she's going to go to that, I'm going to edit this post so that she has access to the link. So I'm not on my screen, so whatever's going on, I can't see it.
So there you go, Sydney. Go hop on if you want them. Go hop on them now. Tori's going to adjust it. It's Paranormal Relief Project Facebook page is where the links for the Eventbrite locations are. I don't know where that jail is either. It's in Texas, and I know Texas is gigantic.
It's Hallettsville, Texas.
That means nothing to me.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know where that's either. So, but if she knows the name, maybe she
just said she'll have to Google it, but that's fine. Google it, hop on, grab those tickets, make a road trip.
Yep.
It will be worth it. It's nothing to go and have a good time. Although it depends on who the guest host ghost hunting team is. I don't know who's down there.
They had their own team.
The jail does?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
And I'd have to look at my list because I can't keep track. I can't remember all that. So
in-house.
But they're really cool people. I can tell you that. And I remember having, conversations with them and stuff like that. So they're really cool. Very nice. She's a blonde. I can tell you that.
Well, that's point.
I mean, that's about all I remember.
Yeah, regardless, you get to, investigate with the new team. You might learn something new.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. So there's 4 tickets left on Old Lavaca County Jail.
Only for those watching this show right now, though.
Yes.
Yeah, go grab them.
It's a secret. Go get them now.
They're free. I mean, it does not cost you anything but your time.
So,
Okay.
Tori, I know
Mm-hmm.
Joe mentioned, doing it again next year. Is it something you'd love to head up again and keep doing?
Yeah, I have some ideas in the back of my head. I think that it's gonna be cool. It depends on how it's all gonna be executed, really, and I haven't quite figured that out. But definitely, I edited that post, by the way, so she can find the tickets, the ticket link. But I have ideas for next year. It just depends on how it's going to be executed. Determines how we're going to do that. I can't really say a whole lot without giving it away. So,
Right.
but
Right.
I mean, initially, there's kind of like two ideas going on. It would be another project like working with the Paranormal Relief Project so that they could work independently and together at the same time. So, hi, Steve. Mr. Bratwurst is in here. So yeah, it just depends on how fast we get that off the ground. It's kind of I don't know. It'll be announced. I can't give too much away. So.
Make them wait.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it's going to have to go.
You probably told me and I already forgot, so your secret's safe.
Yeah. I did.
Oh.
Look, Matt, you complete Steve.
Like the world didn't know that.
It's like the Titanic. So who's the one standing on the end of the boat like this? Is that you or Steve?
No, that would be Steve. I'm the big Steve. Kenna and I actually recreated that pose at OSPH last year.
And did you?
Yes. Yes, we did. We were like, there was this little weird bridge outside in the garden decor, and we're like looking at it. She's like, "Can we do the Titanic thing?" I said, "Yeah, we should definitely do the Titanic thing." So we created that pose.
Steve's always the small spoon, he says.
He knows the goal. It's all right. He's a little smaller than I am, so it just works.
I mean, yeah.
Ouch.
You're always the small spoon, Scott. You know that.
I'm always the smallest. That's hurtful, man.
What are you doing about that?
Oh, shut up, Aaron. You're giving me time.
I'd be the type. I'm so tiny. I'd probably slide through the railing. Oh, where'd it go? Later, dude. The life jacket.
I feel you. I'm one of those tiny people as well. I'm only 5'1" on a good day. With shoes on.
Me too.
Yep. It kind of stinks, doesn't it? Especially when you need something out of the cabinet.
Yeah, it does. At least I don't hit my head on everything, though. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Thankfully, I have a tall one around that can get some stuff for me when I need it. So it works out.
There's pros and cons to everything.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, Tory, was there a time in this, working through this whole process, that you were just like, oh, wait a minute, I think I just bit off more than I could chew?
Oh, absolutely. Every day of my life. If we're being honest. Yeah, like this project has gotten way bigger than I ever thought it would. There is, I think at one time I counted over 400 tickets total that the Paranormal Relief Project was giving away. One of my biggest fears, and I've talked to Matt about this and Jeremy both, is that I wouldn't be able to sell them all. And then the other biggest fear is that I was not going to be able to execute this in a way that people would want to do it again, like the venues would want to participate again. That's one of my biggest fears, because I do want to make everybody that participates, I do want to make them happy with what they're doing, and I want them to feel appreciated, and I want them to love it as much as I do. So far, I've not had an issue. So now we're facing the not being able to sell all the tickets issue. But at the end of the day, I mean, we put it out there, and I tried my best, and that's really all I can do. So, yeah, I do feel like I've bit off more than I can chew, for sure. But we'll see. I'm sure that Matt may get like Mayday text messages or Mayday Facebook phone calls or something and be like, oh my God. And he's always like, Tory, chill out, have a beer.
She never listens. She just grabs her damn coffee again. It's like, let's do it.
Right. He's always like, chill out. It's fine. It's fine. Matt is so laid back, and he kind of makes me find my inner calm sometimes when I'm freaking out about stuff that I really don't need to freak out about. I mean, it feels like a big deal.
Well, it's because it's your baby and you want to be in control, but all the aspects that you're worried about are out of your control.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
You can't put energy into it. It's not worth it.
It's very true. So he helps me out. He helps me out a lot in that aspect because he's so laid back. So
I just hide it really well.
Probably.
I mean, you'd think my name was Kyle with all the holes in the walls around here.
I mean,
and I was going to ask you how you thought Matt and Jeremy
thanks,
were doing, stepping in and helping out. So,
Matt says he doesn't really do anything. Jeremy's like, yeah, I don't really do anything. But honestly, they're there for me every single time I need them, and they do anything that I ask them to do. So, and they've come to the table with ideas and thoughts and opinions, and it's helped out. So, I really honestly couldn't do it without them. My brain would be gone. I mean, it's already halfway there. I feel like the other half would be gone. I'd just be walking around like a weirdo. Because it is a lot. It is a lot. I remember sitting down telling Matt, I'm like, I'm going through tickets right now, and this sucks, because it does suck. Because you have to go through and you have to check every single ticket to make sure that the people meet the inclusion group and the criteria. And then you have to count how many people are left and which ones didn't write guest tickets. And then you have to fill out tickets for those. And I mean, it's worth it. It's just time consuming. It's very time consuming. Right. So yeah, Matt has listened to me about that. Like 6 hours later, I'm like, man, I'm almost done. He's like, still? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it's been probably overwhelming just trying to get everything in place, especially since it's getting so close now. It's like that 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. Now it's crunch time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so surreal, honestly, because it's like it's 2 weeks away, and I'm like, didn't feel like it. Didn't feel like it's been a year. So yeah, I'm kind of nervous. We're gonna have a good time though.
Yeah,
I'll be at Malvern Manor. I'll be at Malvern Manor with Paranormal Inc. and Josh Hurd, and Richard Estep, the author, is going to be there. He's coming to hang out with us there too. So it'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm going to try my hand at running streams. So I'm sure David Seiler is going to help me out a lot on that. He's kind of a tech guru. And then Josh Hurd, of course, is probably going to help me on that because
it's really easy.
Yeah, well,
really easy.
Things may be easy for most people, but I am really not inclined on the electronic area of life.
There was a moment in time when we were scrambling and you figured out StreamYard, you set it up, and we had a show. Correct?
I did. It took me a minute though.
That was it though. Like that was pretty straightforward. That was it.
It took me a minute, but yeah.
You have reception at your location. You can go live. It's very simple.
Yeah. Cell phones. You don't even have to be any kind of laptop, or I'm not sure. I don't know about. I don't know. I would have to ask. But like live, like some venues have. What are they called? Like the stationary cameras that set up at their venues? Static cams, right. Is that what they're called? So I don't know. They may be able to go for live from the. I don't know. I'd have to ask, but hopefully we'll get it online and stream a bunch of stuff.
And Josh goes live from there all the time for his podcast. He's been on our show. So there's Wi-Fi there, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Wilson Castle service is spotty as shit, but I'll have areas that I can go live from. That's they're working on getting into setting Wi-Fi up in the building. That's like all these locations. If you have it, great. If not,
Right. Yeah, I know Berlin Tannery doesn't have very good Wi-Fi connection. Hopefully they'll be able to go live. So.
The Old Lake County Sheriff's House, the Wi-Fi in there's kind of iffy. So yeah, it's like
it's spotty. But if you're not walking around too much, you'll be okay.
It'll be a learning curve. It'll be fine. My dog is so nosy. He's sitting up and just looking around on the table. He's always nosy. Like if you set your purse down, he'll stick his head in it and like dig around in it. Backpacks, grocery sacks, doesn't matter. He's checking it out to see what's in there. Being killing his balls.
Sarai, all you need to do is go to the Paranormal Relief Project Facebook page, and all the links for all the different locations that are up for grabs are there. It is free for first responders. If you're not a first responder, find one. Make them bring you. They can bring one guest with them for free. And there's all kinds of cool locations, one being Wilson, which I know you've been to Wilson before, but they're all over. And there are some from New York that are still available as well. So take a peek.
And I did open the inclusion group, kind of just to recap. If you work in a hospital, you qualify automatically. It doesn't matter if you're registration, lab, RT, CNA, RN, doctor, nurse, physician's assistant. If you're the person that checks in the people for surgery, if you're the person that goes out and does COVID swabs all day, you qualify. If you have a hospital badge, you qualify. Even custodial services at the hospital, you qualify. I've sat there and watched our custodial staff work very, very hard to clean a COVID room. I don't know if most people know what's involved in that, but like the custodial services or janitors or whatever you want to call them, whatever they're called in their particular area that they live in, they get on a suit, they get on like a hairnet, goggles, mask. They have like an apron, gloves, these surgical things that go all the way up past their knees. And they go in there and they clean everything. They spray all the walls. They spray down the whole entire bed, wipe it down, counter, ceiling, walls, all of our equipment that we use, IV poles. And then like the little curtain that hangs for privacy, like when you're in a hospital room and they pull the curtain, they take those down and put new ones up every single time. It takes them about 2 hours to clean a COVID room. It's a lot, and they come out and they're sweating, and it is, I mean, they work hard, so they do qualify absolutely 100%.
That's awesome.
If you work in an urgent care center, you qualify. Your county health departments that do COVID swabs all day. If you work in the county health department, police, fire, EMS, if you're respiratory therapy, if you work at a vent hospital, they have, I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but they do have special vent hospitals where people that are on a vent or a breathing tube long term and they have to be weaned off. They have hospitals for that. Vent hospitals is what they're called. Let's see, what else? Independent lab services, they qualify as well. So basically, if you have any questions, you can inbox the Paranormal Relief Project. We'll answer any questions that you may have. If you have a question on whether you qualify, we'll let you know. But yeah, for the most part, anybody in healthcare, anybody that works in or around COVID, that you qualify, and then police, fire, EMS, and mental health services. Whew, that was a lot.
Sounds like it. I came in the middle of that.
Yeah. So there is a rather large inclusion group. So get the tickets while they're there. It's 2 weeks before it's time to do it, and it's going to be a good time.
Yeah. So if you are any part of what she just put out, make sure you guys get your tickets. Such a great cause. It's going to be so awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited.
And as I mentioned earlier, if you want to go to Wilson, just pay me in food, beer, or cash, or a combination of the three. We'll take care of you.
I dare someone to pay him in pickles or black olives. It's food.
I hate olives. I like pickles. I don't like olives. You will not get in with olives.
It's food.
There you go.
Olives aren't really, that's like a dressing. That's like that's like something to make something look better.
You don't like any olives, like black or green?
Olives taste like compressed balls of dirt. They're disgusting. That's a complete waste.
I love olives. They're so good.
Aren't they like an aphrodisiac? You know?
I don't know. I just think they taste good.
Now, Nick, wait a minute.
I wouldn't eat them.
Pickles are good.
All right, so Nick's bringing pickles and beer. You're in, buddy.
We do have one viewer who's a little sad because she works in the pet grooming, and she wanted to go.
She works in what?
Pet grooming.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, that doesn't qualify. And I get a lot of messages about like teachers and things like that. I wish that I could include everyone, but unfortunately we had to cap it somewhere. It would just be way too much to try to take care of. It would be way too much to try to keep track of. And I mean, it's just, we have to place it somewhere. And it's like Malvern Manor, for example, it sold out in 12 hours. That's all, 12 hours. And it was sold out, and there was 30 tickets. But then, yeah. Yeah. And like the area, the Kansas City venues, I think it was Vail Mansion also sold out in 12 hours. And then we had that they added another one. They added, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Oh boy. Dillingham Lewis. That's it. That's also in Kansas City. That's their other venue. And it sold out in less than 24 hours. The McIntyre Villa, initially it sold out in like 24 hours. But 4 tickets open back up. So I think it just kind of depends on the area and like what the interest is. But like I said, we had to place that cap because then like in some areas, the demand would be so high. It would be so high. There's no way that we could accommodate all of that.
But at least with all of this, that, you know, everything that we learned from this year, we can possibly tweak it for next year, see if we can make it better.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I feel like with anything, there's always improvements that can be made. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I think we learned a lot this year, or at least I think we have. We learned a lot and how to go about things and how not to. And, you know.
Yeah.
I keep saying this is such a great idea. And I think you think this would be something good military wise as well? I mean, I know that's kind of odd to say, but like I'm a veteran. I know Crystal's husband, Tim's a veteran.
Mm-hmm. You know, I thought about including military as well. And I think that they'll probably be in the inclusion group next year. I could probably open it up to military this year because they did do a lot with COVID. They really did. They did a lot with, you know, states of emergency. And I believe on I don't know, Matt, maybe you could be able to tell me more, but I think on the East Coast in some areas that like their National Guard was deployed to take care of some of the things that were happening because you had a large amount of patients, a large amount of deaths, and they had to move, you know, people in and out and get things done. So I believe
those hospital ships all over the place too. And that was military.
Yeah.
It is hard. It must be hard for you to draw the line somewhere.
It is, because I want to include everybody. I want to include everybody. Teachers, I want to include teachers, but like I said, the demand is so high. It will be so high in some areas. Now we do have, tickets left, and at the beginning, we said these are the amount of, this is what we're going for. But, I wish I could go back and change all of that and include like another group of people. But like, I believe cabin on 360, like if there's military in that area that would want to go to cabin, like I believe the guy that's doing those investigations is a veteran. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. And I could ask him what his thoughts are about that. So just always check the Paranormal Relief Project page on Facebook for updates, because as soon as I make a decision on, like, I will talk to him about opening for military and things, and see if the venues that have tickets left, if they would be willing to do military, if they'd be okay with that, because they have been included in this whole COVID process. So just make sure you watch the page, and I will definitely announce that very soon. I can mull it over with Matt and Jeremy, see what their thoughts are, and just kind of go from there.
Mm-hmm. Well, talking about the military, I know that Scott has asked me before about doing an event just for military. Mm-hmm. And I actually like the idea. And we were to do something like that, we'd have it at a completely separate different time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that, because, like there have been some venues that I did reach out to that took this whole idea and did it themselves. And you know what? At the end of the day, the same people still benefit. So I inspired somebody.
And that is nice of you, because I'd roast those bastards.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's all about giving and doing things and just doing good things for good people. And I inspired somebody to do something good, and the same people benefited. So, and they got to see a cool place. So, it's all good.
You're too good, Tory.
I'm not good all the time. Sometimes I'm a dick. I ain't gonna lie, but
I'll vouch for that.
Sometimes I'm a dick. I try not to be like too bad sometimes, but sometimes, I'm human. I'm just like everybody else. Sometimes things get to me that shouldn't, and it does. And Matt's heard me mad a few times. I've been irritated. I get irritated, but yeah, I am.
The fortunate ones to not have felt her wrath.
Matt never felt my wrath. Let me just clarify. I've never been angry at Matt. I've been angry at other people, and Matt heard about it because
the only person that's ever angry at me is Aaron. Everyone else is totally fine. I'm as zen as it gets. Aaron just likes to piss me off, so that's just part of life.
I think that's just part of the whole relationship type thing.
I think.
Although I can say that, like, my relationship, we never argue. Never.
Are you 3,000 miles apart, though?
No.
Exactly.
No. No.
That is horrific for those watching at home.
I bet.
She's telling me to shut up. She knows it's all true.
Once upon a time, I could kind of relate to you, man, but that's another story.
So how was the public's reaction to all this when you first came out and was announcing this? I mean, was it like, oh yeah, big overwhelming response?
Yeah, like I got a ton of support. I've never run into anything that was negative about it. Like, I've always had positive responses. About the only negative that I've ever gotten were from people that didn't fit into the inclusion group, and they felt like they should, and I get it. I totally get where they're coming from. I understand it. I'm pretty easygoing, but like I told them, I just unfortunately have to draw the line somewhere. And if you make exceptions for one, you have to make exceptions for all. Like, it's not, I can't just like pick and choose. I what venues I'm going to allow what at. So, yeah, but that's about the only negative thing that I've ever run across.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and that's awesome, because like you talking about the whole COVID thing, and it's awesome that in the public's eye how fast they jumped on, because you said there was a couple of venues where one sold out at like 12 hours and the other one was less than 24 hours. I mean, that really says a lot about this process.
Yeah.
There was a lot of venues that sold out right away. Like I was kind of surprised. I was like, whoa. But then that just shows you how just spontaneous the whole thing is. I mean, we still have tickets at Pinhurst. I mean, that is like a paranormal bucket list for a lot of people.
I don't get that. Why is that not sold out? I'm surprised as much as you are.
Yeah. I'm shocked, but I mean, I guess it just depends on the area and all of that stuff. So, I mean, yeah. And I'm hoping that a lot of the people, a lot of the patrons that are going have never been to the place that they've been before. And I hope that they I hope these venues book out because of it. I hope that people want to go back. I hope we have some first timers that go in and fall in love with paranormal investigating and find a new hobby. I hope all of those things. I do. It's so much fun, and I don't know, I kind of feel like the paranormal kind of opens your eyes to a lot of things that you didn't know exist. And it's always different. It's never the same. Mm-hmm. When you go into a venue, I mean, you never really know what you're walking into. Like I've been to Malvern Manor a couple of times, and every time I've been, it's been different. So it's always different. It's always changing, and it's fun. I just hope we find some new paranormal enthusiasts out of the deal, and people want to go to all these venues.
Just might. That's the great one. And Sydney, Matt was just recently at Waverly. About 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was March 21st. I was at Waverly. Yep, group of us. Never disappoints. Still top of my list. Still my favorite place. I absolutely love Waverly Hills.
And Crystal, Scott, and I will be there in a week and a half.
There you go.
We'll be there for 2 nights.
Mm-hmm.
I'm too old for 2 nights. I can't do it. Steve was there for 2 nights, and I was like, I'm happy to be flying home. I got to go to bed.
Right.
We were rolling up to there, and I remember we were out just doing some shopping during the day, and kind of like, man, we should go take a nap. Beforehand. I was like, nah, I'm not going to take a nap because I'm only down here for the weekend, and I regretted not taking that nap because we were driving over there. And I was like, listen, if this place isn't going off at 10, I'm taking an Uber. I'm going back and I'm going to sleep because I'm tired.
Right.
Yeah, man, if it sucks, we're going to go back early too. We were there till 4 a.m, of course, but that takes a lot out of me. I'm ghost hunting for me nowadays, 3 or 4 hours at a place. I'm good. I can go to bed. I don't, I'm not going to keep pushing it.
Yeah, but you know what? Waverly is so much more physically demanding than most other places are.
Absolutely. There's a lot of ground.
Just going up the stairs to get to the 5th floor, my upper thighs feel like they're on fire.
Yeah. Everybody else was complaining about the body shoot and all the, the hundreds of steps. And I'm like, come on, man. It's just a little cardio. It's not the end of the world. But
if you don't want to get on the ramp,
you've done 20,000 something steps by the end of the night. You're tired. So.
Mm-hmm. But it's going to be even more demanding for us because we have the place from 6 to 6.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
are you guys staying on property at the pump house, or did you get a location elsewhere?
We're sleeping elsewhere. We do have the option to get the pump house throughout the night if we do need to take a nap, but that's about it.
Yeah. Next time I'll stay there because the pump house looks awesome, and it'd just be easier. But it's easy for me to just be like, I'm going to go take a nap and never get up either. So,
Yeah,
Right.
and I even offered Tory to go, but she never took me up on that offer.
Don't feel bad. Just don't.
Well, I was supposed to.
Everywhere we've ever gone.
Well, I was supposed to go when they went a couple of weeks ago, however many weeks, 3 weeks ago. I was supposed to go, but unfortunately, I had some things come up that I had to address that definitely just kind of trumped Waverly Hills. But hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, me and the crew will get to go soon. So.
And it's going to be a really busy week for us because we're going to be there Monday and Tuesday, and then Scotty and I are going to be at Crown Point that Saturday. Well, I'm going to be there on Friday. And then Crystal's going down to Louisiana that weekend.
Busy.
Yeah, I'll be in Louisiana from Wednesday to Saturday.
You got anything good planned?
Haunted tours, voodoo shops. One of the hosts on the Paranormal United Network, we're going down and meeting him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to take us on tours of the French Quarter and all things haunted in Louisiana.
Nice.
That'll be fun.
I've not been to Louisiana and New Orleans yet, but that's very high on my list.
I feel like everything's haunted there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
The way that it sounds like New Orleans is a lot like Savannah, Georgia.
Yes. Haunted places everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Howard time, yeah, pretty much.
So, since everybody's going to be coming to these locations, should they try to bring equipment, or should they not worry about equipment since teams will be there? I guess.
I kind of feel like if you have it, bring it. It doesn't hurt.
I'll speak on behalf of my location. Bring all your equipment because I don't want to share my stuff. You guys all know
that is a great question. I don't think we ever discussed that.
I don't think we did either.
Unwritten things now where people that have it bring it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a complete noob and you don't have it, that's expected to not go with it. But most people bring their own. I just know for myself, like I don't carry a lot of equipment because I've gotten away from it. I don't believe in most of it. I think it's a waste of time and effort to bring it. So when I do it, I don't do events anymore. I stopped doing events because I'll show up at Steve's events. He uses me like a puppet, and then I get to go for free. It's all good. I bring the stuff I like to use, so I don't have enough to supply an audience. So every time I've gone somewhere, most people have their own stuff nowadays, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that is a good question. Don't come to Wilson empty-handed.
And bring olives.
I'll hold one douse here. You hold the other. We'll link hands and see if it works.
And everybody can use Jeremy stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time. See, everybody should sign up for Matt's venue.
Yeah, Matt, you can ask Crystal and Scott. I've got all.
You take a whole car.
Yeah.
Nobody else can ride with you.
Yeah, if I take everything that I've got, ain't nobody else sitting in that car with me.
Yep, I used to be similar, and I'm just like, it's not worth it. I don't use any of it. Even my go-to. I have a travel case that fits in the plane that I bring travel with all my stuff. I don't use any of that crap.
Speaking of which, the stuff that you do have, I told Nick Muley to get a hold of you because he's going to be flying down to Waverly next week, and he was asking me the same question. I had no idea, so I told him to get with you because I know that you fly to a lot of places.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can bring anything you want as long as it's in. The best bet is to bring it in your carry-on. You can't check rechargeable batteries. You have to have those in your carry-on because the below deck isn't pressurized. Those things will explode. So you have to bring rechargeable batteries in your carry-on. I went to Harbor Freight and I got a Apache case that's exactly TSA carry-on size. Got 2 layers of plug apart foam. Carries all my stuff in that. You will get looks from TSA. I can tell you from my most recent trip that the Paranormal Music Box looks like a bomb under the X-ray. So they I get pulled aside every time. I always leave plenty of time. They come over, they're like, "What's this?" And I'll show them, and I'll tell them, and then I give them a lesson. They're all excited because they've never seen anything like that before. But you will get pegged. The easiest way not to is if you have things that look like that, put them in the tray, open them up, put them through the X-ray. They see them, you're on your way. But you'll have no issue. I've never had any issue traveling with anything, and I've gone everywhere with all my stuff.
That's kind of a useful tidbit there. That the paranormal music box looks like a bomb. I mean, I feel like that's useful information to know for people that travel with those.
Well, it's shaped like a coffin, but then on the top of it, it's got the whole music apparatus with the little winder.
Oh, yeah.
Under that, it's like that looks like a bomb.
Okay, so Nick, if you are still watching this, pay attention.
If not, he'll get in touch with me anyways. I'm sure if you told him to. But yeah, that's the tip of the night. Bring whatever you need.
For sure. For sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I know you said there was the locations that you weren't able to get on board with this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys hoping that these bigger locations that can jump on board, maybe possibly do it next year if you guys end up doing this?
I think there's always that hope that, Trans-Allegheny will hop on board. That's, or Winchester Mystery House was another one we reached out to.
I wouldn't hold my breath on that one.
But like at the end of the day, it's like we reached out to the Queen Mary. That was another one. But at the end of the day, these are big tourist spots, and it's very hard for them to like close their doors and to prepare for that. Because like when you get outside teams that have never been to a venue before, like Paranormal Inc. is coming from the East Coast to Iowa. They've never been to Malvern Manor. So Josh and me and Ernie and David are going to be walking through Malvern Manor on Friday. Josh is going to be telling them where the hot spots are. We're going to do like a little mini investigation, get comfortable and acclimated so that Saturday night when the actual event starts, Ernie and David will know where to lead their group of people and what to expect, what to look for. How can we elicit good responses and be familiar with where they're going. Because I think Malvern, if I remember, is like 10,000 square feet, right around in there. So, I mean, it's a pretty big building, and it's there. I can tell you from experience, there's windy hallways, and it's easy to get lost if you don't know where you're going. So it's actually a 2-night event for Malvern Manor itself, trying to acclimate the team and get everybody ready and set up and all of that. And then the actual event on Saturday. So I guess I can see why they would not participate, because the bigger venues, the more well-known, the more popular venues, it's hard for them to close down for that amount of time. Because, I mean, time is money. It costs a lot of money to run a historical building. It costs a lot of money to repair historical buildings and roofs and keep them up to par. And then when you have groups in there, you have electricity bills and water bills, and you have to restock supplies. There's a lot that goes into it. It's not as easy as it seems, I guess. So, I completely get it. I completely understand it.
But also, good PR goes a really long way too.
Mm-hmm. It does.
So being able to we participated in this to give back also is going to help them book out long. Like I was thinking of doing like a special edition T-shirt, like I survived Wilson Castle for the Paranormal Relief Project, and donate the money to Wilson Castle.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
That's 2 weeks out. It isn't going to happen now. It was a thought that I never planted that seed.
Don't there are ways that, Matt.
How many people you got coming to Wilson Castle?
Well, we got like 15 right now. I got about 10 guests coming to investigate.
Let me tell you.
Investigators.
You can do it.
My guy would
Wilson Castle has 16 out of 30 tickets taken.
Okay. You can do it.
The thing is, Matt, if you find the right person with a Cricut machine and enough determination, you will get those 15 shirts in less than 2 days.
Well, I know my guy that makes all my gym gear. He could do it quick for me. It's a matter of throwing a design on there and something that would work and the turnaround time. because with the pandemic, what I found with getting merch made up, well, there you go.
It's actually that's why I keep looking down. I'm waiting so I can get all of our Waverly shirts done in a week.
Yeah, she's doing 20 shirts from now until next Sunday.
The stock clothing is the hard part to find right now on a bigger scale. Yeah, I can go to Michael's and get shirts for $4 or $5 a piece. My shirt guy can't import his stuff because everything's been slow. I can't get hoodies. I can't get anything in a normal size because of all that. So that's where our issues have lied.
Right.
And another thing that Toy and I have talked about is that some of these locations might be waiting to see how things go this year, whether it's successful or not, and then they decide if they want to jump in next year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So I'm guessing that what a lot of these locations are doing right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I'll be right back. Give me a second.
For sure.
Oh, Scotty, too hot. Scotty, you changed your name back.
He changes it every week. It's something different.
Yeah, I took the knot out a couple of weeks ago. He must have added it back in.
It's Scott. You never know what you're gonna get.
Right. I do know we have talked about trying to get some of the international teams, and I think after this year we'll probably get a few, especially now that the lockdowns are finally lifting up and everything like that. We might be able to get a few of them next year.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a good possibility.
Yeah,
I hope.
I think it is too, because there were some teams that wanted to be a part of it, especially from the UK. It was just getting those locations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like over in the UK, it's not as easy to. It's not like it is here as far as venues go. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine from the UK, and he's like, unfortunately, it's just not that easy. And the amount of money it takes to rent a venue over there is crazy, because apparently they have to carry their own insurance when they do events or something, so that if somebody gets hurt, then it's covered. And we don't obviously have to do that here. But there's a lot of logistics involved in UK venues that we don't have here, and that was one of the big problems as well.
Yeah. Hey Nick, you missed it. We was talking to Matt about carry on your equipment onto the airplane, and he was explaining everything because that's what he does. So watch this show again tomorrow if you get a chance. He just talked about what 10 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you got any questions, Nick, just shoot me a message, dude. I'll fill you in. It's very easy, very simple. Just a couple simple, easy things to avoid any flags. You'll be able to travel with all your stuff. No questions asked.
You got any questions, Crystal?
Huh?
You got any questions, Crystal?
No, and I think I'm looking back over the list, and I think we've hit them all, because we already talked about there are still tickets available in some locations, not all.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
But you guys can go to other locations. It doesn't have to be local to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to travel to Florida and paranormal investigate from Minnesota, hop on the plane and go.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's in the relief project, you're eligible to go to wherever you want.
Yeah.
I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Not too hottie.
Yeah, that's my name, bro. You know.
I see you added the knot back in there because I took it out at one time.
But duh.
What else you want to know, Scotty?
My mind's, I don't know, everything. See, like I love this like I keep saying, I love this project. It's something great. And what you're doing for everybody, and that gets to go on a free investigation and learn about it, especially if they're new. So
No, you didn't.
I guess I'm going to ask the three of you, since you guys have been doing this, when this is all said and done, what is the one thing you hope to take away from all this?
There's a lot of things that I hope to take away from this project. I learned not everything's going to go with the way that you want it to. I learned that there's no way that you can make everybody happy ever. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't agree, that's disappointed. At the end of the day, we can't make everybody happy, but we can try to make the most people the happiest that they can possibly be. I feel like I have a new appreciation for the people around me. I have a new appreciation for the friendships that I have. I can tell you from the time that I asked Matt to do this project with me until now, we have grown as friends so much more. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing to have your go-to paranormal people that you can talk to about anything. You can say, hey, like, insert paranormal question. Like, one of my favorite things about like Jeremy and Matt is that no question is ever stupid. If I don't know something, because for those of you that don't know, I am not a paranormal investigator. That is not something that I ever did. All of my stuff with the Paranormal Help Desk is internet based and research based. I'm a researcher. That's what I do. I have like this huge research project that I'm doing now as well. All of my stuff, like I said, is internet based. Going out and actually investigating is not something that I do. So I'll ask questions. Well, what does this mean? Do you think that this can happen? We've talked about planes of existence and what do you think? Or what if we tried this? No question is ever dumb. If I don't know something, then, I feel like, my peeps, Matt and Steve and Kenna and Jeremy, like I can ask them any question that I might have. I don't know, like friendship, it has been a big takeaway from this project for me. I've become a lot closer to the people that matter the most to me in the paranormal field, and that in itself is a win for me. So.
And
I love.
Go ahead.
No, and the other win is that I get to give back to the community, and especially in which one that I work and I respect. So. And
Scott, last year, I think it was summertime. Tory went on her first ever investigation.
Yeah.
One time that I called her, she was literally sitting in the car outside of that investigating, waiting on the other people to show up for that first night.
Yeah. That was fun. Yeah. And then like in December, me and my oldest, we went to the manor. That's really about the only, I've been to Malvern Manor. That's been kind of like my go-to place. It was scary as hell at first. Like, it was terrifying. But the more I've went, the more comfortable I've gotten with it. And I think that's I think that you guys have like your go-tos where you walk in and you're like, oh shit. And then now you walk in there and it's fine. But yeah. I've only been to two other paranormal venues in my entire life to actively participate in like an event is what it was. And it, like, with the events, they are so, like, there's so many people, you know what I mean? And they're, all these people know what they're doing. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I let people have a guest on the Paranormal Relief Project. I went by myself and I didn't know anybody there. I didn't know who. I felt stupid asking questions. And then I was like terrified to really do anything because I didn't have anybody that I knew that went with me. So that is like that was my like learning experience for the guests, bring somebody that you know and love, have fun together. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I want to get out of this project is hoping that everybody that come to this event is going to have a good time. Maybe have a good scare once in a while that night. And hopefully maybe find that this is something that they would like to do later on down the road.
Right.
That's awesome. What about you, Matt?
I think the biggest takeaway for us as a whole and for the project is to see where we need to improve for next year. I think, because we're all going into this blind. We have no idea how to do this scale of a project. Tory's doing a great job keeping this thing together. So, May 2nd, when the dust settles and we've caught up on our sleep and everything, we can look back and be like, okay, this worked really well, but what didn't was this. Or maybe it's Eventbrite sucked ass. We need to go with someone else next year. We need to be more clear with this, or people figured this out really soon. All the little things that go into making it a good event, a great event the next time.
Mm-hmm.
So my hope is that if we come up with some hashtag or whatever, that we can go through social media and see all the things that people were taking pictures of, all the things that people were posting, all the fun that they were having, and then kind of gauge the audience that way and say, all right, well, what were they doing the most of? What were they weren't doing? What do they need? And hopefully we can all follow up with the guests and the locations and see what they did and didn't like so that we can work on it that way as well. Because at the end of the day, I like entertaining people, and I want to make sure that they're having the best time that they possibly can. So this is all a part of that. So my hope is that we learn from it and come back with a bigger, better product.
It's definitely going to be a major learning experience, no doubt about that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh, yeah.
And just so that you guys know, May 2nd, I'm going to be on the road, so you may not be able to get a hold of me very much because I'll be going straight to Vegas from that event.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I feel like we should cue the music like I'm a traveling man.
I was thinking on the road again.
Maybe. Right. And Adam, I have a lot of books. I have ghost books. I have mainly nursing books, but I do have a few ghost books here and there. I'm a big fan of paranormal authors. Yeah, so I do have books.
So Tory, I have to ask because, and I was kind of thinking this, one of my first questions was how'd you come up with this? But I'm like, I really want to know, like, would you at work and go, man, this COVID thing really sucks. I think I'm going to do something to where these people that are on front line can go and investigate. I'm curious, did you go home and start just typing stuff up, or was it something you debated over?
I debated over it. The very first person that I called was Ernie Atwell. He is the very first person that I talked to about this project. I did mention the project on a couple of radio shows that I was on. But the first person that I really talked about was talked to about this was Ernie Atwell. He, for those of you who don't know, Ernie Atwell is with Paranormal Inc. He's also a police officer. So we talked, and I was spitting out my ideas. I was like, well, this is kind of what I was thinking. And he was like, man, that is an amazing idea. And he really helped me get the ball going. He's like, I know some people that own some spots. And then he messaged me the next day and he's like, well, they're in this, these people are in, Cabin on 360. I met the guy from Cabin on 360, Dennis, through Ernie Atwell. Ernie Atwell has an amazing amount of contacts. He has been so generous and gracious to me. He's one of my good friends. He's one of those people that I became pretty close to. And he's done a lot for me, and I will definitely appreciate it forever. I mean, for real. But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of how it went. I was thinking that paranormal is something that I love to do. I will tell you that as a nurse and just watching nursing for the last, I've been a nurse for 6 years. I've been an RN for 6 years. For 16 years prior to that, I worked on an ambulance. So I worked on an ambulance for 16 years, went into nursing, did nursing for 5 years. I will tell you that most nursing people have some sort of ghost story of their own. Most police officers do. Most EMS people do. There's always a ghost story. I will also tell you that a lot of healthcare providers, police officers, police officers are healthcare providers. When they show up first and somebody's not breathing and they don't have a pulse, they start CPR. That's what they do. They're just as much in the healthcare part of it as we are. But we see death a lot. Death is a commonplace in healthcare, especially over the last year. In the last year, I can't even tell you how many deaths I've seen, but it's a commonplace to see death. Very rarely do you get to appreciate the afterlife. And I don't even think that it's really on people's radar to appreciate the afterlife, or that it's really a thought that you can communicate with the afterlife. And so that's kind of like where it all kind of spun from, is we see it and it's in the terrible times. It's no fun watching people die. It's no fun doing CPR and trying to save somebody and not being able to do anything about it. It's no fun. And sometimes it'll go home with you, and it's just nice to have a night out and do things that are outside of your box, and learn a little bit about the afterlife and what happens to the people after they die.
Right on. Now, do you think this is something you would have came up with even if COVID didn't happen? I mean, was this something?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think so. COVID provided the perfect avenue, really.
Right.
So I feel like if anything good is going to come out of COVID, it should be people having a good time. So also
a silver lining out of this.
Speaking of COVID, just so anybody that's part of the relief project here, it's completely up to the venue. I know that Malvern Manor is going to be a masked event. Make sure that you bring a mask just in case. It's up to the venue what they're going to allow or what they're going to require. So just make sure that you have one, just in case you need it.
No one wants to see your face anyways.
Right. It'll help keep your breath locked in, right?
It has made ugly people beautiful for the past 13 months. Why give it up now?
That's right.
Cover up the pickle breath.
Yeah.
Nobody will know, Matt. Nobody will know.
And I have, with EMS people being able to having stories and everything like that. I've told Tory numerous times, I want to check out the hospital that is attached to her ER building.
Yes.
I don't know how many times I've said that to her. I really want to check that place out.
Yeah, they don't let anybody in. I work in a standalone ER. The building that I work in used to be a full thriving hospital, but they closed down, and the community needed an ER. So they just utilized the ER that was already on the building. So the rest of the hospital is vacant except for the ER.
Yeah, I think.
And have I ever seen ghosts there? Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
It makes it perfect. It's abandoned. Let's go.
Yeah, because I think we brought that up the last time Tory was on our show about trying to get in there and going and doing investigation.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody would be able to get access. If I find out something, I'll let you know. You guys can have at it.
Absolutely.
I'd be definitely down to go. I don't know about Crystal.
There's definitely ghosts in there. I can tell you that.
Definitely.
Just gotta know who to ask, Tory.
Do what?
You just gotta know who to ask.
Right. Well, it's kind of a complicated beast. Just the way that they have it set up, because the former owners are leasing it out, so they're still liable for anything that happens within the building. So they don't let people in, because if somebody gets hurt, it's on them, and they're not occupying the building; they're leasing it out to the ER. So I mean, it's a complicated beast. So
that's why most places they have waivers for people to sign.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But this is still, like, the people that have it is still, it's a very large hospital chain. So it's not Like it's not as easy as just going to the person that owns it. You know what I mean? It would have to go through a whole series of people.
Nick's got a great idea. Don't go to the guy who owns it. Just go to the guy that has the key.
Except for the cameras will catch you in there.
And Toy, if you don't remember, Nick Muley, he's the one that we brought in when we had you. Nick and I, just us two, have gotten really close, and now Nick is a show host for this network.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Nick actually popped on
all because of your show, Toy. We all know Nick now.
I feel like everything happens for a reason. That I do remember that impromptu where he was just talking. I'm like, yeah, bring him on. Let's go.
And we've never done it since.
Yeah. and now Nick's team is a part of my Things Network. So that's
awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome. I'm happy for you guys. That's amazing. I love it.
Anything else, guys? I mean, we're pretty close to time here. I know we don't have anything else, but
sorry,
Scott,
I was being talked to. Say what?
You got anything else?
We're getting pretty close to closing time.
Just make sure you guys, if you want your tickets, you go to Paranormal Relief Project Facebook page. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You got all the information there. There's still tickets available at certain locations. Some locations are completely sold out. So that's what I got.
If you have questions, inbox us. Either me, Jeremy, or Matt will get back to you.
Just message Tory.
Yeah. Or you could just message me, or you can message Matt. He likes private messages.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
And remember, if you want to get into Wilson Castle, make sure you bring Matt some
olives.
food, a little bit of drinky.
No, olives will not get you in. Pizza is my kryptonite. If you show up with pizza and beer, I'll just give you the deed to the house. I don't own it, but you can have it.
He likes pizza.
There's olives on the pizza. If it's just an olive pizza, that's just straight up ignorant. But if it's loaded with other things I can eat around the olives, I'll eat the olives. Like when I get a plate of nachos, I'll deal with the nachos and the olives. I just would never choose olives.
Why don't you just ask for no olives?
Because I'm not that prick that goes to restaurants and hold the olives on your nacho extremes, please. I'll just eat it. I'll eat it the way it goes.
I am. I'll ask for no whatevers. Usually tomato.
Usually whoever I'm with loves olives. I'm just that person that doesn't like. I just think they're useless. Are they a vegetable? I don't know what the hell the things are, but I don't eat them.
Yeah, that is. I don't even know what they are either.
You don't.
What category? If they fall into like a pizza topping or a drink dressing, like that's it. Like what else would you use an olive for?
You don't participate in the olive portion of the charcuterie tray.
I don't mess with the charcuterie tray because I think that's just weird too.
I don't either.
Covered with sweaty meats, and I don't like cheese like that, so I don't even play with that. Like I like cheddar cheese. Just hit me with that. And leave me.
I don't like cheese.
Give me
like,
a Lunchable. Leave me in the corner, and I'll be happy.
Like I like Colby Jack cheese. Like I will eat that cheese, but I absolutely refuse to eat cheese on a sandwich. It's disgusting, and. Really? Yeah, I will not eat cheese on a sandwich. Won't do it. And you can't order a sandwich with no cheese because if they put cheese on it and then you peel it off, you can still taste the cheese and it's still nasty. So I am definitely asking for no cheese. I don't.
That's fair.
I'm that guy.
If you put provolone cheese on a sandwich, I will throw it right in the trash.
I don't like. I'll eat provolone on a Philly steak and cheese, but other than that.
Yes.
Nope. See, Philly cheesesteak, American cheese, white American cheese. Otherwise, don't eat it.
I'll have to try that.
I'm that one person when I go to Philly, I don't eat that cheese whiz crap and say white American. And they'll make it, and it's perfect.
And Sarai asked about grilled cheese. I don't eat them.
Grilled cheese, white American only. You come in with that orange stuff, but I'm not happy.
Grilled cheese is the best.
Tory is not a Kraft Singles person. I'll eat it with sliced Colby Jack cheese because that's literally the only cheese I like. I don't like string cheese. I don't like fucking Swiss cheese. Oops, sorry.
Of all people, it's you.
Swiss cheese smells like a fart. Like, I don't know why people eat that.
Provolone tastes like one. That's why I don't know how you like that stuff, man. It's nasty.
Yeah.
And that's mild cheese. I can't even go into certain sections of Whole Foods because I gag the entire time I'm in that general vicinity of the cheese shoppy. I can't do it.
Yeah, Swiss cheese, it's like a fart in a bag. Like, I feel like somebody farted in it and ate a hole in the cheese, and that's what you get left over.
White American is the best.
And this is what we talk about on a paranormal show. Cheese.
Absolutely.
Why does it always end with food?
This is what happens with Tory and I on It Gets Nonsensical, because that's all we talk about is nonsense. So I'm glad you guys vibe with that. Because
we talk about food on this show all the time, especially with Scotty's Chicken Nuggets and my Slim Jims.
Yep.
Those are staples of this show more than anything else.
You got to eat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We had chicken soft tacos. That's what we had for dinner. So
I had a salad. It was the most unsatisfying pile of garbage I've eaten in a long time. I need to go raid ice cream or something to balance out my life right now.
Right. I have some of those like soft sugar cookies in there that you get at Walmart. The ones that are like 600 calories a cookie, and they're so good.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're good.
Okay. Well, any final statements?
No, I think I pretty much summed it up with my cheese
Yeah,
conversation.
F cheese. F cheese. Team no cheese.
No cheese.
No cheese.
No cheese were harmed in the filming of this podcast.
Like the thought of eating cheese on a sandwich makes me gaggy. Can't do it.
Okay, so anybody who's going to mouth, do not bring any cheese for Toy.
No, I will not eat it. I do not participate in the charcuterie tray. Nope, don't do it.
Yeah.
No,
So we all have our things. Toy doesn't like cheese. Matt doesn't like olives. I don't like strawberries.
Mm-hmm.
Strawberries? Really?
I'm the same way as you are with certain cheese. Strawberries make me gag just the smell of it.
I love strawberries.
I do too. Nice and sweet. Feels like a cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't do pesto anything.
Yeah. Oh.
I will instantly gag when I smell it.
I don't mind pesto.
And I can't do Italian sausage, the fennel in it. Well, it makes me gaggy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's bad.
There's nothing better than at 1 a.m. in Boston, on the streets of Boston, getting what we call street meat. And it's a sausage with peppers and onions. That will right every wrong that you've done all night, and you're good to go home.
Like, I can do a sausage as long as it's not Italian sausage.
Oh, well, that's all there is here is Italian sausages.
Oh, well, that's the kind of sausage that comes back to haunt you for 4 days in your burps.
It's the booze that comes back to haunt you if you don't eat the sausage at 1 a.m.
Right. But then you'll burp sausage for 4 days.
Listen, it's that or hangover. You take your choice.
Right. I'd rather burp sausage, for sure. For sure.
Oh, boy.
So, on that note, I think it's time for us to say goodbye.
Probably for the best. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Jeremy, Tory, Matt, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, next week we have Ryan Seymour on the show, and we're going to be talking about equipment. So that's going to be good.
I really thought you were going to say Ryan Seacrest is like, man, that's a pretty big deal.
Well, if he ever does investigations, I would love to get him on this show. That'll bring us 1,000 viewers right there, right off the bat.
Right.
There you go.
And there's a show tonight, Crystal, as well, still going on Pun.
He does it when he does it.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so we have no idea if there's another show on at 10 o'clock. We don't know.
If not, we'll be back on Sunday because we don't have any live investigations this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, so just stay tuned until Sunday when you got a bazillion shows on Sunday night.
Right.
Absolutely.
Including the K-Files.
Yep. We kick off with no, we don't kick off with the K-Files. I don't think. I don't remember. I've been swamped.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see Matt on Wednesday. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let them know where they can find your show, Matt.
Right on the One of Paranormal Explorers Facebook page. It's the Seinfeld of Paranormal Shows, the show about nothing. We're there. We figure out each week what we're going to do. We've got a lot of great guests lined up. That's kind of something that we've been focusing on, is trying to have guests versus just us shooting the shit. So we have a lot of good people coming up. I'm not going to tell you who. You have to tune in and find out.
There you go.
That's fair.
All right.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys stopping and talking, and thank you to everybody for watching.
Yep. Thank you guys.
All right. Thanks.
So
Remember, if it's paranormal or beyond,
We got it covered sometimes.
Good night, guys.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
You
Good night.
too.